The air is thick with an expose of an internationally coordinated campaign against India. If you're active on social media, you would know. Namaste, I'm Nivedita Tiwari. Welcome to New India Junction as we bring to you the bottom line on this. Here is a headline from the UK. The Conservative Party accused a foreigner of funneling millions of dollars of funds for a political campaign within the UK. From the West, let's come to West Asia. There were similar accusations coming out of Israel from no less than the Prime Minister's son that a particular billionaire was abetting destruction of Israel from within. These are just two examples. There are many other countries that have raised concerns about such foreign interference in their internal politics. The common factor in many of these accusations is George Soros, a Hungarian-American billionaire and investor. Soros himself claims that he interfered and destabilized governments in different countries of Eastern Europe, former USSR and others through his Open Society Foundation. Russia had placed Soros-controlled non-government organizations like the Open Society Foundation on a stop list following alleged attempts to incite trouble on the Ukrainian front. In fact, in Soros' own home country, Hungary, a law was reportedly passed to prevent him from meddling politically through his money. Soros is also known for the Black Wednesday incident of 1992, where he almost made UK's financial system collapse, something which would surely have political consequences. From what we saw about Soros so far, you may be thinking he's an investor, but probably no angel when it comes to investing. But you're also probably wondering, what has this to do with India? India has always welcomed investors, so that is not a problem, right? However, investments in economy are different from investments in anarchy through foreign-funded NGOs. Over the years, Soros funded several NGOs in India. Dr. Manmohan Singh, our former Prime Minister, identified foreign-funded NGOs as troublemakers who were funding protests inimical to India's development trajectory. Law is Collective, an organization that has maintained a very radical political stance. Center for Policy Research, whose former head has gone on to call for street mobilization against decisions of courts. Evangelical Trust Association of North India, an institution with a clear evangelical outlook. Media Development Investment Fund that has invested in media houses like Scroll and Gramvani that seem more like political actors rather than objective media houses. What do all these have in common? All of them are politically vested against the Indian government, and all of them are either directly or indirectly funded by Soros. He also funds the International Committee of Investigative Journalists that has many Indian affiliate journalists. Interestingly, did you know that possibly Soros' only appearance in the electronic media in India was in Shekhar Gupta's Walk the Talk on NDTV, and Soros' possibly only written article in India has also appeared in Gupta's The Print. But that's not all. There's an article published in the New York Times which addresses Kashmir almost as if it is a separate country. The article glorifies armed terrorists and ends with the cry, "Go India, go back." The article titled Kashmir, the Inheritance of Loss is authored by Basharat Peer, who has a history of writing such pieces. And where did he do his fellowship? The Open Society Foundation, Soros' organization. Also, do you remember Harsh Mandir? He was accused of inciting a gathering to take decisions on the streets during the anti-CAA riots. Yes, the same CAA against which fake news was spread despite the fact that the law does not apply to Indians at all. Mandir is also associated with, unsurprisingly, George Soros' Open Society Foundation. Now here are some dots for you to connect. On January 4, 2020, Harsh Mander accused our judiciary of partisan conduct. Just days later, the Soros-owned Open Society Foundation moved the Delhi High Court against the government-mandated disclosure of its financial contributions in India. Then, on January 24, George Soros made several critical remarks against PM Narendra Modi at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Last year, at the World Economic Forum, George Soros unveiled $1 billion fund against resurgent nationalism. In the same breath, Soros called the PM Modi-led government a Hindu nationalist administration. He also spread falsehoods that the CAA deprived millions of Muslims of citizenship and spoke against the government's action on Article 370. When such a man, who is known to have destabilized political systems in other countries, bears his intentions about India, should we take him seriously? On a related note, do you remember Cambridge Analytica? They were accused of engineering strife in various countries so that they could, amidst the chaos, push their chosen political person through. With the revelations that were made by an employee at Cambridge Analytica, it was clear that these disruptions were channeled to benefit one political faction over another in many countries. Even symbols from an Indian political party had made its way into CA's offices. Engineering disaffection and discord in societies fueled by fake news and false narrative in the name of dissent is the model. The last 2 days have shown that India may not be spared such machinations either. As citizens of the world's largest democracy, we need to ask ourselves some questions. Because India cannot be defeated militarily, are some trying to defeat India from within? At a time when India is looking to become self-reliant, whose interests may be served through economic warfare where Indian industries are named and targeted? Who could be funding such elaborately organized international campaigns where day-wise plans are made to attack Indian interests? Who is mobilizing global celebrities who know nothing about Indian farmers or agriculture to opine on India's pro-farmer reforms? What could be the end game of those who are urging protesters to think beyond just a repeal of the farm laws? Soros has a record of being involved in effecting regime changes in different countries. He is also publicly on record committing himself to something similar in India. Are there dots to connect? Think about it. Dhanyavad and Namaste.